Hello, my name is Leo Bolanos. I'm a writer, director, and actor, and I would like to share with you some of my recent projects so you can have a better understanding about what they mean to me and the stories and the characters involved in all of them. Orbit is the story about two astronauts assigned to work in the International Space Station. They become the new crew of this spaceship and then find that something is very wrong in their assignments. They feel a presence, and one of them thinks it's only their imagination. The other one, who has a history of mental breakdowns and even was living in a mental institution for a while, thinks that maybe it's something that he is hallucinating. So the main question for our hero, our character, is to find out if what they are experiencing is the result of a real intrusion or a product of his imagination having a history of mental illness. So it's a psychological thriller that finally becomes something else when we found out the true meaning of this experience for both of them. A Little Film is a family-friendly story that tells us about becoming of age, the transition between childhood and manhood. But also it's a story about love, about friendship, and about the meaning of family. We see this little group of kids that have a big dream to spend a summer making a film, an adventure film. They have a writer, they have a director, and they have an actor in the group. So they spend this summer working on their personal film with the dream of one day maybe becoming Hollywood stars. 25 years later, we see how this experience of their childhood make them the man they become later, and an accident finally brings them together and realize that that experience was the most important in their lives and how they were impacted by this experience. So it's a loving, family-oriented film that can be enjoyed by audiences everywhere in the world. Grey Hunter. Grey Hunter is a very interesting and emotional story, but also it's an epic drama set in prehistoric times, in ancient times. It tells us the story of an underdog, a character that among his community is the weakest and even seen by many as a stupid or a kind of a recluse person. He doesn't talk much, but he lives overprotected by his father figure, his adoptive father. But suddenly life gives him the chance to show the community, that he is not an underdog and he is not weak. He just hasn't been given the opportunity to prove himself and to prove others his real value. So when a natural disaster kills most of the hunters, of the big hunters of the clan, our hero has the opportunity and the responsibility to save his whole clan, his whole village. And he has to take this opportunity and a challenge to become a real man and to become the leader of the community. The challenge is that he has never been shown how to hunt or how to track animals, and now he has the challenge to hunt one of the last big mammoths in his war, and he has to do this by himself, which is a big deal. So it becomes a journey of self-discovery and a journey to save his village from famine, of dying of starvation. So it's a family film also, and a drama and an adventure of self-discovery. And it will be enjoyed for audiences all over the world because it's a universal message. Finally, we have a sci-fi adventure called Just After Breakfast. Just After Breakfast is a post-apocalyptic adventure filled with action, drama, and adventure, and it tells us the story of a soldier who has to face huge challenges after a nuclear war destroys most of the civilization, and he loses his family, becomes a little bit crazy with pain, and wanders in the deserts trying to fight the guilty ones who kill his family, partly because he's disturbed and partly because he knows in his heart that he feels guilty being a military man of what happened to civilization. In his wandering around the deserts and the ruins of the cities, he will find different characters that will make him change his view of what happened to him in his past life and give him hope that maybe not everything looks so dark as he may think. During his journey, he will meet with different characters and he will learn that sometimes you have to take responsibility for your past and make changes so your future can be better. He will become a reluctant hero that finally will decide to put aside his desire of vengeance in order to help others to survive in this now hostile environment. The movie is going to be filled with action, adventure, and most of all, a message that maybe even when everything looks bleak and dark, there is always light in the end of the tunnel.